Hey, I'm MysticSlime, and this is my complete guide to the secret boss in Deltarune Chapter 5, which covers how to get to it, strategy to win the fight, and even what to do afterwards, along with my no-hit as a visual guide for people who are struggling with the battle itself. If you need help with any specific one of these, here are all the timestamps for the beginning of each major section, which are also all in the description. And of course, obviously huge spoilers ahead, but let's get into it. First things first, how to actually get to the secret boss. There are 19 pink coins hidden throughout the chapter, and these are quite literally the key to the secret boss. You'll need 10 in order to buy this mystery key from the shop at the cliff, so luckily you only need to find about half of them to get the shadow crystal. But trust me, it'll be worth your while to get all 19. There are 4 in the garden, 4 in the cliffs, 9 in the castle, and 2 at the top of the castle. I've compiled all of their individual locations here, and I've also seen that Go Galactic has an amazing and very detailed guide on each one if you need a bit more direction. So definitely go check that out if some of these are a bit too confusing. Here they are though, and feel free to skip to this timestamp for the secret boss itself. If you got all the pink coins, then you've already found the door to the secret boss, which requires the mystery key to open. However, if you haven't yet, then getting there is pretty simple. After Green's shop at the top of the castle, progress through this giant platforming section as normal. When you get to the top, go left instead, and after a few jumps off these flowers, drop down into where this flowery coin is. After hitting this pinwheel with Rude Buster, just avoid all the attacks on your way down, and voila, you've arrived at the secret boss door. Again, to even open the door, you'll need to buy the mystery key at the shop in the cliffs for 10 pink coins, so feel free to go back and collect some, as there is a warp door right here. But if you got the key, then it's time to fight the secret boss of the chapter. Pink, or rather, Mad Mew Mew. That's right, the optional boss from the Nintendo Switch version returns as Chapter 5's secret boss and the last Shadow Crystal holder. And her fight is now way more difficult. First, I'll show my no-hit of the boss as a visual guide for how to dodge a lot of the attacks, and afterwards I'll get into more specific strategy. There are two main things that really trip people up in this fight. The TP bar getting reduced to a minuscule cap of 8 after every phase, and these bomb attacks in this 4x4 grid being a little bit of a nightmare to read. Let's start with TP management. There are two main ways to increase your max TP cap, and that's through either collecting these hearts during Pink's attacks, or by using the Lovely Boy act with Rousey. You should always try to be collecting as many hearts during attacks as you possibly can, as they not only raise the cap, but also give you actual TP and heal every party member for 1 HP each. Which might not seem like much, but it really does stack up over time. Rousey's Lovely Boy act is also a godsend. It raises your max TP by 14% and is completely free to use. So I almost always choose to use it whenever my cap is below 70 to 80%. Next, let's talk about how to actually win the fight, and that's by fully filling Pink's Doki meter 3 times throughout the fight. In the first 2 phases, her Doki meter takes 15 points to fill up, while in the last phase, it takes 20. And if you were wondering, you can't attack to win the fight either, since Mew Mew is completely immune to damage, which oddly enough also includes magic damage like Susie's Rude Buster. To fill up the Doki meter, you'll need to use Flirt Acts, of which every party member has a regular one that costs 8 TP and gives 1 Doki, and a Mega Flirt which costs 60% TP but gives 5 Doki. Each party member also has their own unique Flirt Acts as well. We already talked about Rousey's Lovely Boy act, but Susie also has a Share Food act, where you can give an item to Mew Mew for some Doki. From what I found, items that don't heal much give 1 Doki, moderate healing items give 2, and the absolute cream of the crop items like the Spin Cake and Revivements give 3. Although I would suggest never to use an item that's worth 3 Doki just for that. As for Chris, they have a slightly cheaper Mega Flirt act that uses the whole party's turn but only costs 40%, and a Giga Flirt act which costs 80% TP and uses the whole party's turn as well, but gives a whopping 10 Doki. My strategy to fill up the Doki meter was to use Chris and Susie's solo flirts to build up to 5 Doki, and using Lovely Boy with Rousey to slowly increase max TP to 80%. And then finally using one last Giga Flirt to end the phase. Same thing with phase 3, but instead just build up 10 Doki instead of 5 before using Giga Flirt. Now onto the attacks, which I'll be honest is difficult to explain because of how varied a lot of them are. Like I said before, the main one people seem to have issue with is this bomb one on the grid, which honestly is pretty difficult. You just need to focus on making sure you don't align horizontally or vertically with any of them, and one way I like to do it is when there are 3 bombs, I first focus on trying to find the right spot where they won't hit me horizontally, and then focus on finding where they won't hit me vertically, or vice versa. I found that compartmentalizing it like this helped me understand the attack a lot better, even as somebody who honestly sucks at Bomberman. Another good thing is that these bomb attacks will be replaced by this giant bomb attack at the start of phase 3, which fortunately does have big attack indicators, so you do know exactly where to go. Just watch out for the ending to this attack, as it will be a cheap shot that will randomly hit the upper or lower 2 rows. I think that a lot of the other attacks are fairly easy to dodge, but I should mention to watch out for a couple of attacks where Mew Mew will throw in a cheap shot right at the end. So be sure to pay attention and stay focused until the attack is fully over. I should also mention that at the end of this attack, where she throws 4 bombs at the end, you can actually sit perfectly still in the middle and not get hit if you haven't moved left or right. But besides that, there isn't as much advice I can give, since a lot of her attacks can be extremely varied. Just keep at it, focus on recognizing patterns and where to go as fast as you can, and with enough perseverance, you'll get there. It's really just a matter of time. After the fight is won, Pink will give you the Shadow Crystal, and when you return to the left room, there will be a new passage, and Ferrol will also be there to locate any pink coins you missed. This is where those last 9 remaining pink coins come in handy. Upon entering the new passage, you will be given the choice of 3 out of 6 special flower equipment, each of which costs 3 pink coins and is an armor or weapon from one of the souls in Undertale that are pretty much all extremely powerful. I don't think that any of these are necessarily bad picks by any means, besides the Aqua Knife, which unfortunately does get kinda mogged by the black shard you get from the knight. The rest are all pretty solid stat-wise though, and my personal top 3 are the Yellow Hat, Green Apron, and the Seth Specs. The Yellow Hat boosts magic output by 20%, which is insanely good on Susie or Rousey. The Green Apron heals you when you defend, which gives you incredible sustain, and the suspects give you more iframes, which is sure to come in handy for any future bosses that are incredibly difficult. The ballet shoes and the tough gloves aren't bad all either, and reduce the TP cost of Susie and Rousey's pacify spells, but they just aren't for me, and the others seem like they'll be way better in major fights. It's also worth mentioning that if you do get all three that you can, then you'll also get this unique scarf from Flowery, which is described as Rousey's ultimate scarf, but he refuses to put it on, and to my knowledge it breaks at the end of the chapter anyways. And with that should cover pretty much everything. I honestly wasn't crazy about this secret boss at first, but I've gotta admit, I've really come around on it. It was really satisfying to get better at, and in my opinion, it's easily the best reward out of any secret boss. Anyways, I hope this helped, and I'll catch you next time.